Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Andrew. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some mistakes to avoid and some tips to help you on your next road trip. I made a few mistakes on my most recent one, so I just figured I'd educate some people and hopefully help them not make those mistakes. Without any further ado, let's get into it. The first tip I have for you should come as no surprise when talking about going on a road trip, and that is have a reliable source of transportation to get you there. And this is not it. My truck is about as reliable as a truck stop bathroom sanitation record, providing that bathroom is not a Buc-ee's bathroom, and that's just the way it is. Your alternative options when avoiding having an unreliable vehicle would be ask somebody else who's going on the trip who has a more reliable vehicle to use theirs, and you guys can split the drive. Or go get yourself a rental vehicle. It's going to be the more expensive option, but it's probably a lot more safer of a bet than driving an unreliable vehicle, because the further you get stuck out there, the longer you're going to get stuck out there, the more expensive that trip's going to become, and it's just going to be a lot more hassle than it needs to be. The second point I want to talk about is communication is king. We made this mistake very hard, and we had a pretty bad communication system between all parties in the trip, because we had one person who was already at the location, one person who left earlier and was at a different location and was going to meet us there, and then our vehicle, which was coming to that location on our schedule that we had already told everybody. But not knowing where everybody is can cause problems, because if you need one person to check in at the hotel at a certain time or the Airbnb, when are they going to get there? How are they going to give the key to you so that way you can get in? How is the other person going to know if they made it there on time? Maybe they're going to show up early because they're a little closer. You got to have your communication locked down. Everybody needs to know what's going on, when it's going on, and how we're all getting together, because that could just cause so many problems, especially when you're miles apart in different vehicles. It's more of a hassle than it needs to be. So make sure you do your best to try to keep communication very tight. So the next tip I have for you, it bleeds into every aspect of life we live, and that is know as much as you can before you go, or for short, know before you go. Know where you're going, obviously, know where you're staying, know how you're getting there, know who's driving, know what you're gonna need as far as getting gas along the way, know where your bathroom stops are, know what kind of food situation you're dealing with when you get where you're going. Are you gonna be eating out all the time? How much is that gonna cost you? Know as much details as you can before you go. And a lot of where we made the mistake on our trip was in the communication side, like I previously stated. So that can be a big issue, but if you try your best to keep everybody in the loop, even if it's just you, just know as much as you can before you get there. You can kind of make some decisions spontaneously, but having a little bit of a plan never hurt anybody, and it'll definitely help you as far as managing your time. All right, and so the last tip that I have for you is to make sure you have fun and you don't stress out. If you implement the tips I gave you today, I think it'll be a hell of a lot easier to make sure you're having fun and you're stressed out, because the major issues that could come up will be handled. You'll have your reliable vehicle. You'll have a plan set out of what you guys are doing, where you guys are going, and the communication will be on lock to make sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody's having fun. And if you're by yourself, at least you can touch back base and tell people where you're at, where you're going, and how safe you are. But that is the main thing you want to do, is have fun on this trip. That's why you're out there. All right, you guys, well, that is all I have for you today. If I had to summarize the best way to have a successful road trip, I would say, number one, have yourself a reliable vehicle. Number two, have a solid game plan in effect for everybody. And step three, have a great line of communication between all parties on the trip. I think if you have those three things covered, you are gonna have fun and you're gonna have a successful road trip. If you're going on any road trips soon, please drop below. I'd love to know where you guys are going. I personally just got back from around the Florence, South Carolina area. We were down there for the race in Darlington and played some golf and visited some friends in Greenville, South Carolina. So hopefully you guys are going somewhere cool too. I'm gonna be doing some more road trip vlogs in the future. I didn't really get to do a good one for this one. But hey, if you do want to see those and you like what you saw today, please like and subscribe. I'd love to see you guys more, have you guys around for the next video. But anyways, that is it for me today. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. See yous.